Hi Internet, I'm Erica and this is Unfiltered Beauty, and I've been asked for a long time throughout my career for hair and makeup videos, tutorials, how-tos, product knowledge, things like that, and I've finally gotten the time to sit down and do it, and I'm really excited about it. But basically, I want this to feel like you're sitting right here with me, like I'm right there with you at home. And so it won't be edited, it won't be filtered, I'm not going to cut anything. What you see is what you get. If you do get stumped up along the way, feel free to pause it, take notes, and then come on back. But basically, I'm going to start small. I want to keep it really simple, really easy for the everyday person that wants to feel beautiful. So what I wanted to start with today is my skincare regimen. Because before we can put on the makeup, we have to take care of the skin. So I'm not wearing any makeup today, as you can see. I did wear a mask at work all day. Those of you who don't know, I've had a hair salon for 12 years now, and so I do have a few blemishes from the mask. So what I'm gonna do, my face has been cleaned, and so now I'm going to use the Lifeline Brightening Toner. It's my favorite. You can get it online, or you can get it from my mom, who's also an esthetician here in Charlotte. And just use it all over. Get any impurities off your skin. Okay. And now I'm going to use the Peptide Smoothing Serum. This is great for fine lines and wrinkles and things like that. I like to just pat. And then this is my all-time favorite beauty product. If I was trapped on a desert island, this is what I would take with me if I had a beauty product. It's moisturizer. Moisturizer is the best. It's what keeps you young. It's gonna help you out of any beauty product. Just ignore my silly faces as I put this on. I put this on twice a day. In the morning when I wake up and at night before I go to bed. Never go to bed with your makeup on, you guys. Neutrogena makeup wipes are fine. Always, always, always wash your face. Try not to touch your face a lot throughout the day. Keep your hair off your face. Be careful what hair products you use near your face and your hairline, things like that. That's going to be really important as we go too. Also, sunscreen. I'm not going out right now, so I don't need to put this on, but always, always wear sunscreen. Even if you want a tan, you can still get a tan with a sunscreen. And this is all going to be on my Amazon account. You're welcome to shop that anytime. And then it is winter. I'm going to put a little bit of Vaseline on just for now. My lips are a little dry today. Okay. So now that you've seen a quick routine, and again, that's something that you can do once or twice a day. Should not take you that long. That's part of why I wanted to do this in real time, so you can see just how much time or how little time it should take you. So when I go into an everyday makeup routine, first I grab a flat brush. This is by Morphe Brushes, and then the Ardell Blonde Pomade. It's about that color. So when you go into arch your own eyebrows and draw them in, the way that you figure out your own natural arch, you're going to take a pen or pencil or even makeup brush, go along the side of your nose and straight up. That's where your eyebrow should start. Okay? And then to find the arch in your brow, you're going to look straight forward. And your pupil, you go on the long side of the pupil And that should be right about where the highest point in your brow is. Voila. And so we're gonna do the side. And again, the brows don't have to be perfect. If anyone's face was perfectly symmetrical, it would actually look kind of weird. We're beautiful because of our imperfections, so keep that in mind and give yourself grace as you practice. You're not gonna get it right the first time or the second time. So then we're gonna find the end of the brow. So we're gonna go along the nose, straight up to the edge of the eye, and that's about where the brow should end, okay? All right, so now that we have that, let me grab a mirror. It might be easier for me to see than into the camera. I like to start underneath. Notice the way the brush is turned when I'm doing certain things. You don't need a lot of product. The number one issue I see with people that are doing makeup at home on their own is their brushes. A lot of people ask what's the number one item I would use in the kit. It's actually not a single product besides moisturizer. It's the brush. A lot of people use the wrong brushes for the wrong things. So as I go, I'm just adding a little bit of product. Again, I personally like to go along the bottom with the brush flat and then kind of feather it in naturally. You still want it to look natural. And I just kind of go back and check. Another reason why I wanted to do this in real time, unedited, so you guys can see how quick this is and how it really shouldn't take you much time to achieve a nice full face of glam. Natural glam, of course. And if you guys ever have any questions or want to know what I'm using, product knowledge, if you're unsure about certain things, feel free to message me. I'm really laid back. So next I'm going to use a little bit of concealer. This is by Tarte. It's Tarte's creaseless, excuse me, creaseless concealer. I'm going to use a little bit on the lid. I hate primers personally. Again, everyone's different. I just feel like they slide off and they don't really work that well. And this is the shade Medium Honey. So I'm going to take my favorite beauty blender. And I'm just moving the product around. Again, I only did about 2 dots worth of product. You don't need a lot. You will notice throughout this video that I'm using very affordable products. I did that on purpose, mainly to keep it easy, affordable for everyone as much as I can. So now I'm going to start with the eye makeup. Part of the reason why I like to do the eyes first is that way if you make any mistakes, if there's anything you don't like, you can go back and clean it up and not worry about messing up the rest of your makeup. So I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This color is Antique Bronze. I love the brush that comes with this palette. The blender is amazing. And I take a little bit of that Antique Bronze and brush it in. And some of you are going to want to go lighter, some of you might want to go darker. This is just kind of an everyday date look for me. Little natural glam. If you have green eyes, you might want to go a little bit on the warmer side with the reds to make them pop. If you have blue eyes, you might want to go more of the warmer scale of the oranges. And for brown, you kind of play around. I like different cooler tones personally. So I kind of just go along the crease. Check as I go. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Notice I have only put product on my brush once. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of Cypress Umber. It's a little bit darker. You don't have to have this palette, but I will say this brush is pretty amazing. There aren't many blending eyeshadow brushes that I like as much as this one. So now that it's kind of in the edge of the eye, I bring it in a little bit. So see the difference here? How this, I've applied the product, but I haven't moved it around. Here, it has been. And you can pull it out just a little if you want to make it a little more dramatic. If you have very inset eyes, you're probably going to want to go out further to bring them out just a little bit. Alright, so I have the dark that I'm looking for there. I can bring it out a little bit more. And if you don't like it, you guys, just wipe it off. It doesn't have to be perfect. So now I'm going to go in with the Primavera, and I'm going to use the other brush, the other side to the brush. The Primavera is kind of a shimmery gold color. I'm going to go on the middle of the eye and towards the inside. And I kind of just lightly brush it out. See the difference? So, little natural smoky. So I'm done with that. I just kind of lightly brought it in. And now I'm going to go into the liquid liner. Don't let this scare you. You guys can do this. This is the NYX Epic Ink Liner. Again, super affordable. The reason why I like this one, I like that it's super black. Some of you might want to use brown, especially if you have a more fair complexion and you do have lighter hair. So this is great because the brush is pretty stiff. It's not, mine's not perfect, but it's pretty simple to use. I like to start in the inside of the eye. And I like to almost turn the bristle sideways, like parallel with the eye. And just do it very gently, very light. Don't press, almost just let it sweep on its own. Okay, so now that that's kind of done and where I want it, I'm going to start on the other side. Try to keep this eye lower while you're doing this one, so that way this can dry without messing up the shadow, okay? Again, kind of flat to the eye. This song is cute. Adam Levine, he's pretty fun. Okay. And you can check yourself periodically as you're doing this. Use a mirror up close if you need to. Okay, so now that those are done, just make sure it's where you want it. And now I'm going to do the wing. So kind of make your baseline. And once you do that, kind of step back, look where the other one is. Draw the top line and then start to fill it in and connect it. And for older skin, you may want to go lighter on the liner as well, or even consider using a shadow. I like a shadow instead of a sharp, harsh liner for things like that on older skin, more mature skin. Sorry, ladies. Sometimes I feel like it appears a little bit softer. What do you guys think? So this one's a little higher than that one. Again, no face is perfectly symmetrical. And I'm going to drag it upwards. Again, make sure you give that enough time to dry. So next I'm going to use a e.l.f. retractable eyeliner. I'm going to be very gentle with the skin under and around your eyes always. Start on the outside and work your way in. Now if you have inset eyes, you're not going to want to carry that all the way in because you want to keep the eye nice and open. Sorry for the potty language. So now that that's on, now I'm going to grab a brush similar to what I used for the eyebrows. And I'm going to use that same palette, again, trying to keep this very price effective. That's what I'm trying to say. So now I'm going to use Cypress Umber, the same color that I used kind of on the outer edge of the top of the lid. And I'm going to go right along kind of at the base of where I did that liquid wing and carry it all the way in. Get a little more product. Same thing on this side. So it just kind of makes the eye look a little more sultry and bold. Personally, I don't like to bring it all the way in at the bottom unless I'm going super glam. I like to keep the eye nice and open and awake looking. So now I'm going to do a little mascara. Honestly, I'm not doing a ton because I'm going to go to bed later and it's quarantine and I ain't wearing this anywhere. This is Essence mascara in black. I don't like eyelash curlers. I feel like they are bad for your lashes. They damage your lashes and can pull them out. So personally, I don't use them, but you can do whatever you want. I like to start at the base and kind of lift the lid up, wiggle straight up. The reason why I like cheap mascara is this is the #1 beauty product that you should change more than any because of germs. If you can afford it, please get yourself a new mascara every 3 to 4 months. I'm gonna change this song. Now we're at 20 minutes here. Need a happy song. I don't know what this is, but we'll find out. Okay, so next lid. You guys, I give props to all these YouTubers that talk while they do this. It is new to me, so give me some patience. I used to get lash extensions, but I don't as of late because I'm going to less events because of quarantine. So we're just doing it natural today. Alright, so fun foundation time. Born This Way. This is my favorite foundation. Okay, it's oil-free, you guys. Oil-free, you see that? And this is Warm Nude. Again, this is by Too Faced. I use just a little bit on the sponge. I disperse the product just a little bit first. And they have several colors for all skin tones. That's another reason why I love using their products. Black, white, Spanish, Asian, they got it, boo. Again, this is oil-free, so if you start to sweat, cry, wedding day, whatever it is, should be good. This is a full, what I would consider to be a medium to full coverage foundation. I am going to do another segment with more natural makeup. I do have 2 different lines that I work from, and that will be the other line, which involves Bare Minerals and a tinted moisturizing gel. So now I'm just going to go back through and use a tiny bit more. Sometimes I don't do concealer, and that's typically when I would add a little bit more under the eye. And I'm kind of pressing. I'm not really rubbing. I'm just pressing it into the skin just gently. All right, now that we're done with that, I'm using a little bit of the same concealer that I used on top of the lid as the base. And I'm just gonna do a tiny bit, just a few swipes. I'll do a little in between the eyes, a little on the chin, maybe a dot on the nose. Also, if you have any blemishes, that's when you can go over them. I feel like the foundation does enough for me as far as coverage, but now I like to pinch the sponge just a little bit, pressing again. And if you feel like your eyebrows are too bold, this is a good time to kind of go over them and kind of slightly just smudge them out just a tiny bit. Nothing wrong with that. Another skincare trick that I really love is change your pillowcase, guys. At least once a week. You're on it for at least 6 to 8 hours, hopefully every night, and your face is on it. So make sure you change your pillowcase. Use some good skincare products. Alright, next I'm going to use a contour stick, Contour, by Anastasia, Beverly Hills, in Cool Golden. I like to put this kind of where the fish face is, so I go along the top, bottom of the chin, and neck. And this is just going to make everything look more chiseled. If you are a more slender person or a little bit more mature, you may want to be more careful about this, because it can make you look a little gaunt or older, unfortunately. So you might want to get more specialized contouring. This is not for everyone. And I use the same sponge. I try really hard when applying makeup not to go down on the face too much. I like to go upwards. Never want to really drag the skin down. And then I just go back through and I blend a little more. Starting to get somewhere. Don't you think? So now we're going to do a little bit of powder. Makeup Forever translucent powder. It's amazing. One of my favorite brushes by Morphe is the Contour Blending Concealer Brush. I'm just doing a little bit of that translucent powder right under the eye. If you're a sweaty person or you get a little moist, sorry, I know some of y'all hate that word. Then this is your friend. It's translucent. It works on any skin color, period. And now I'm going to go in with some Hoola. This is my favorite. It's Cheek Stars by Benefit. I don't know if this is going to be on my Amazon, just simply because I don't think it's listed on Amazon, so I can't share it. I use the Hoola right basically in the same places I did the contour stick. And then I'm going to make kind of a backwards C shape. you're watching this and you're overwhelmed, keep in mind, I've been doing this for 15 years almost now. Alright, so now that I feel like I have enough bronzer on, I'm going to go back through with the blush that's already on the palette with a nice little Sephora Fancy Gold blush brush. Just on the apples. Be good to you, be good to your skin. Make sure you make time for yourself. Whether you're a mama or you work a lot, or both, make sure you take time to feel pretty, feel empowered, feel beautiful inside and out. So now I'm going to do a little bit of highlighter. Okay, this is called Cookie, you guys. I'm going to take a little fan brush, again by Morphe. There we go. Do a little bit of that. Glow it up like J-Lo. I need another happy song. I need to create a playlist for this. I'm getting used to this whole thing. Alright, so now that we've done a little bit on the cheeks, we're going to go down the nose with it on the tip. Just a little bit on one side. And now you're going to go back to your same contour brush and kind of just brush it out because you don't want to be able to see precisely where you put the highlighter. You want it to just look natural. So you want to kind of blend it out just a little bit. Alright. So, now all I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a little bit of lip gloss. I'm not a huge lipstick person. I'm going to wipe off a little excess makeup and just do some light gloss. So there we go. If you want to do mascara on your lower lid, you can. And that's it. This is kind of a good everyday date night natural look. Play around with it. Play around with your skin shape or your face shape. Sorry. And feel free to ask me any questions. And I'm here for you guys. This was Unfiltered with Erica. If you want to buy any products that you've seen here, head to the Amazon link I have below. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.